Hello, it's Serenity. And as I said in my last video, I was going to cover just a little bit of the awake that I wanted to cover last time because I find it very ironic that Watchtower and Jehovah's Witnesses are even giving this type of information to the public. But, I'll get into that. But it was also funny that this morning was left, and it's another Watchtower on mental health, and this one says number 1 2023, so it's very current. I haven't looked at it yet. I just find it very ironic that all these magazines are finding their way to me all of a sudden. The funny part is that no one is actually personally giving them out. They're like just leaving them, like they don't want to speak to anyone. And I don't blame them. It's easier to just leave literature anonymously or stand by a cart instead of interacting with people now, because many are finding out just what is behind the name Jehovah's Witnesses and what Watchtower is about. So, moving on. This awake, which is entitled A World in Turmoil, How Can You Cope? And they basically, once again, have the images of all the bad stuff. And then, once you get to know them, everything is sunshine and rainbows. Yeah. So there's a lot of things in here that it's just like, are you kidding me? It's like the blind leading the blind. But I want to focus on the third point here where it says protect your relationships. Okay. So Watchtower and Jehovah's Witnesses are giving advice on how to protect your relationships. Now, it gives points how to strengthen your marriage, maintain your friendships, and be a supportive parent. Okay, it says here, during times of turmoil, protect your relationships by following these practical steps. All right. Now I'm going to read directly from this magazine. And just listen, okay? It says, what you should know. Friendships are essential to your health and stability, especially during difficult times. The stress that results from world turmoil can test your family life in unexpected ways. Disturbing news reports may affect your children more intensely than you realize. Now, it says what you can do now. And then it says, the Bible says, a true friend shows love at all times and is a brother who is born for times of distress. Proverbs 17:17. Now, the reason I read this is because those of you who were directly affected by either being disfellowshipped or you disassociated and left yourself, know that Watchtower has no business teaching anyone about how to protect your relationships when they themselves are the cause of so many relationships that are severed. Now, I find it very interesting that Watchtower themselves publish here in print, friendships are essential to your health and stability, especially during difficult times. So knowing this, you put it in your own literature, Watchtower, that friendships are essential. And we can even say family. Family is essential to your health and stability, especially during difficult times. You put this in your articles. You know this. So at this point, you cannot, beyond a shadow of a doubt, claim that shunning is loving because you yourself put it in this magazine that it is essential to health and stability, especially during difficult times. So for you to even come out with saying that severing ties with friends and relatives, ones that people who were born in have known all their lives, and stripping them of their social structure. You are purposely doing it to be malicious and evil and hurtful, because you even printed it in your magazine that it's essential to one's health. So all of those ones who've committed suicide, who are in depression, which is funny, depression, and you have the balls to publish something about mental health, and then you put it in your magazine that it's essential to health and stability, when all these people who have went through so much, including taking their own lives, you claim that is loving? Do you see the hypocrisy that is screaming in your own literature? And the thing is that people who are unaware will come to this, flock to this, thinking this is good, not knowing the truth of what this organization is really about and what type of spirit they're really putting out into this world. Remember, they appear as light, but inside they're darkness. And this is exactly what Jesus warned about, is stuff like this. Stuff like this. It appears that they're trying to help. They're those shepherds that are preying on the flock. I'm sorry, I'm going to tone it down because this makes me so angry. This is the one thing. I'm peaceful, I'm calm, but when it comes to just taking advantage of people and saying one thing but doing another, this is exactly what infuriated Jesus. He was peaceful, but there are certain things you cannot just gloss over. And this is exactly why in Matthew 23:25, let me read that. It's in Matthew 23:25 through 28. He said, "Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you clean the outside of the cup and the plate, but the inside, they are full of greed and self-indulgence. You blind Pharisee, first clean the inside of the cup and the plate, that the outside may also be clean." 27, "Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you are like whitewashed tombs, which outwardly appear beautiful, but within are full of dead people's bones and all uncleanness. This is you, Watchtower, Jehovah's Witnesses. By you even associating with this, you are guilty by association." This is the time to not just turn a blind eye and say, I can't do anything. Because by not doing anything, you are supporting them. All of this looks nice, just like that clean plate on the outside, those whitewashed graves. But inside it is filth. It is disgusting. And this is what the world needs to know. Not just about Watchtower, but all these so-called religions basically masquerading themselves, these demonic entities masquerading themselves of things that are supposed to be helping, when it's anything but that. But the nerve, you published it in your own literature that these friendships, family relationships are essential to health and stability, especially during difficult times. What are difficult times? When people are going through a hard time. Yeah. So maybe they do what you consider sinning. That would be a difficult time. Maybe they smoke. Maybe they're doing alcohol, drugs. Why? Because they're going through something emotionally. That's when they need you the most. Not to have you kick them to the curb and so-called call it love. And that's why I'm saying this world doesn't even know what love is, because these type of energies that are behind this type of material have corrupted love so that people don't even know what it is. They tell you something that is hate is loving, and something that is loving is hateful. Now you see how this world is upside down. Okay, that's what I wanted to bring out today out of the awake. You cannot say they don't know. They know. They know specifically the effects of shunning and what it does. They know the effects because they even mention here about parents paying little or no attention to the anxieties of their children. I can't even go into the CSA because there are many parents that their children have told them what is going on, but they were so concerned about their reputation in their social structure and being accepted that they just cast that anxiety and that stress that their children had aside for their own comfort. So yeah, all of this material is garbage when it comes from ones that are directly responsible for ruining relationships and doing the opposite of protecting them. Okay, so that's all I had to say for today. I hope you're all doing well. Things are okay. Hey, as I said, keep your vibration high, your frequency high, and do not be afraid to speak out and so-called step on people's toes. There's a way to speak out. You have to be bold at this point, not tiptoe around things, because just tolerating and accepting it and pretending it's okay is not okay. This is the time where you use love, but you don't allow that love to make you look ignorant to what is going on. Okay? All right, that's it for today. I love you all. Peace be with you. Take care. Till my next video. Bye-bye.